folks. This morning's soap is brought to us by Yulay Peppermint Bark. This one here comes in a 2-ounce variety, and that's the consistency there. And it's I guess you might say, almost looks like peanut butter as it goes for the color. Got the almond block, no rubber band this morning. Stirling Witch Hazel, mentholated black ice, and also got the matching aftershave go right along with it. Got a Cremo beard oil I'll be using off the camera. Tea tree mint flavor with a little bit of the Shaven Sailor's beard oil mixed in with it. Got it whipped up over here with a Omega brush, synthetic knot. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. And definitely peppermint. The blade I'm going to be using today is Elios, and it comes in a 10-pack box. Using it in the Piccolo Fatip Special Edition open comb. It's got metal and gold there is what the colors you're looking at, and pretty much no overhang. There's just a tiny little bit hanging out on each side there, but this is one very nice looking shaver. It's a beautiful shaver. I already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and still got a little bit of the Preshave Cube. This, matter of fact, this part here seems like it's lasted quite a bit longer than what I expected. Kind of thought this part here might go pretty quick. I have used this blade, I think, one other time. We'll see how it works in the open comb here. Could be an interesting shave. If you're wondering, the soap lathered up pretty easy. It didn't take a whole lot of effort to get it to work up in that smooth bottom bowl. That particular bowl, if you haven't seen it before, is a thrift store find, and I do not know what the name of the bowl is. It has a little bit of a print on the bottom, but some of it has rubbed off. The best I can tell on it is that it's made in Germany. Outside of that, I haven't been able to make out any more on that bowl. And at the thrift store, when my wife found it, that was the only bowl, unfortunately. But I like it. It works out pretty well. It's got the, with that pedestal bottom, if you will, makes it easy to hang on to. And it's deep enough to keep your lather inside the bowl. Definitely smell the bark coming out in this. This is one of my favorite soaps and aftershave combinations when it comes to having a nice cooling effect, and it's not menthol, but the peppermint's nice. I have a soap from matter of fact, I got two different kinds from Fuzzy Face. One's peppermint, like candy canes, and another one's spearmint, and both of them are nice cooling effect on those. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty good shave. This is going through the whiskers pretty good. The handle is a is solid. You might see the other versions that are hollow. This one here is a solid handle. As you can kind of tell, also the diameter is a little bit on the, I guess you might say, small side. It's short, so it's easy to put your hand all the way around it. And Italian Barber is already sold out of them. And in other words, it may be a little bit difficult finding one of these. Had a lot of fun shaving with it. This is a pretty nice shaver. When I first got it, I shaved with it for a week. It comes with 2 different base plates. One with a solid safety bar, and the other one I'm using now is an open comb. I have a link down below. I didn't look on Amazon to see if Amazon was carrying it, so maybe they may have it. It's a pretty smooth shaver. This blade's working pretty well with this. Nice pairing, I guess you might say. Yeah, it's pretty nice. First pass has already knocked down quite a bit. Got some other links down below. One of them in particular is a gentleman that's relatively new on YouTube making how-to shaving videos. I have a link down below. He gives a short little tutorial, if you will, for somebody that's starting out trying to learn how the angle on a double-edged safety razor works for you. How to find the angle, how you start out, sharing his experiences when he's going through the learning how to be a barber. At the beginning of his video, he starts out with a shit Corona. Oh, about the 1960 series, the one with the metal end, knob on the end. He starts out with that one, but as it goes for his demonstration, he uses an Edward Jagger D89. You can tell he's pretty passionate about the job. This is going to be a good shave. I can tell. It's very smooth. Yeah, this is a very, very good pairing combination between razor and blade. This blade is I don't remember it being this smooth. It must be the nice pairing with this shaver here. This is very smooth. Kind of reminds you basically of a D89. It just a very comfortable shave. I did wet this lather up a little bit on the wet side. It's not quite drippy, but you can kind of tell it is on the wet side. It's not like I say, it's not dripping, but it's not a fluffy lather by any means. This is the kind of lather I like working with. It works well for me. If you're wondering about the strength, the scent is there. It's letting you know that it's definitely present throughout the shave, but it's not like a cryogen or anything quite like that where your eyes are watering from the peppermint or anything quite like that. It's Just enough to let you know that it's still there. This soap powder, I really enjoyed using this one. Just a little bit of feedback on the against grain pass, not a whole lot. Haven't been able to watch very many videos here lately. It's still kind of busy around the house. Still have a lot going on. Today is Tuesday, by the way. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I'm going to be shaving with the 3D printed razor, Manatee, open comb. Been a little while since I shaved with that one there. Guess you might say a definite stark contrast in between the two in weight. That 3D printed razor is pretty lightweight. Pretty good. This shade's really nice. I know I keep on saying it, but mercy, this is really smooth. Sometimes you can kind of tell by the way the shave's going whether it's a nice, smooth, comfortable shave or it's a little bit on the painful side. This one here is really nice. For me, I haven't had any trouble lathering Monica's soaps. I haven't found one just yet where I had an issue with it. Every once in a while I'll read through some comments on various postings, and somebody will talk about how they had a difficult time getting a soap to lather, and I kind of wonder sometimes if it's, for me, with this kind of going on the wet side, in other words, not trying to make it big and fluffy, I wonder if that's the reason why, for me, as it goes for making a lather, it's easier to go that direction. Reason why it seems to be kind of effortless as opposed to making it big fluffy. I don't put out that kind of effort to make that kind. I don't enjoy that kind of lather. But maybe that's where I'm kind of missing the point that they're having, is that they're trying to make the big fluffy something that's thicker and more, I guess you might say, more like what you might commonly see coming out of a shaving can, for instance. Maybe that's what they're trying to whip up, and I don't whip them up like that, so maybe that's where they're coming from, because they're trying to whip up that kind of lather, and that's not my kind. Whipping up the yogurt is, to me, pretty easy to do. I haven't had a soap yet that I haven't been able to do something like that with. I'm going to go ahead and take this apart here. The blade alignment on this was pretty easy. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, I just put it in there, snug it up, and it was ready to go. That's what it looks like on the bottom side there. And that's what the top of the cap of the base plate looks like, that is. It's like I say, it's a pretty nice open comb. Looks really good. And let's see here, that's what the blade looks like. Does have a little bit of soap on it, of course, but it fits in there pretty easy. Blade alignment, like I said, was nothing to it. Just put it in there, lines up just fine. Yes, you might say it's not exactly foolproof, I don't think, but it's pretty darn close. Go ahead and put some witch hazel on now. I didn't get any stinging, none whatsoever. Face feels pretty darn smooth. May have to look in. I didn't pay that close attention how much a 100-pack of these are. I've got a link down below. I'll put it down there below for this. May have to consider about getting some more of those. That was a really nice shave. Matter of fact, Balzano, this one here, I think I'm liking this one more so. May have to, I've got a few more blades. I may have to, over time, use them in different shavers and see how that works for me. In other words, that might have to be put on the 100-pack list. Here's the restrictor size. Pretty standard for Monica's aftershaves. As soon as I open the top, I can smell the peppermint. This was a really good shave. If you haven't had a chance to try one of these shavers, I think it's well worth the money. I think, if I remember right, it's running right around the $40 mark, if I remember right, which are more or less you're getting two shavers in one with the safety bar. And it's kind of funny. This one here, in my opinion, the shave with the open comb, I don't feel like it's, you don't have a lot of blade feel. It's does remind me shaving with an Edwin Jagger. Very smooth and comfortable. I shaved with the safety bar base plate before, and it shaves just as nice. This is one of my favorite shavers. It's guess you might say it's in the top 5 when it comes to DE shavers. Besides the value, $40, and you get 2 base plates, 2 different razors in one. And it looks great. Man, my face feels so good. I had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.